Again, based on the type of killing this was, a rage, crime of passion killing, would lead you to believe, and I won't affirm this, but would lead you to believe that they were known to the killer.
He did this terrible crime, and he left his own 3 children in the house to find their mother. So that's pretty horrific. I would say he's ruined a lot of lives, and also his own.
David, come here. David, come here. You're David, right? David? David? Yeah. Good, dude. On the pump like your praise. Oh, can we? We can't do. Stop. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
it's okay. Stop. No. No. What's your name, man?
David.
Okay, David. Right. We're gonna walk back over here.
Give her the keys.
Real quick. Hold on. Just relax, dude. Charlie 40 on 1. We have 1 detained at 1750 South Ocean Boulevard. Can you please pull us a case number? Everything is 10. Okay. Just a second. You said you want to give the car to her. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. Wait, just real quick. We got to make sure the warrant's even good, my friend. In the meantime, again, everything is 10. Where you staying at?
Largo Mar or something like that.
Okay. Is that where your car is at? Because we can't give your keys and everything to her.
No,
man, can you back up a little bit?
It's her car.
That's her car. Okay, no big deal. We're the police. You know how it is, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate cooperation, man. Okay, I'm gonna take everything out. We'll talk about giving it to her in a minute. Let's get off the sand, man. It's hot. Everything is crazy.
September 28th, 2024. On a sunny beach in Fort Lauderdale, police calmly handcuffed a man named David Philip Turner. The charge? Double homicide. But this wasn't a crime of passion in the Florida heat. This was the final act of a story that began over a month earlier and more than 1,000 miles away in a quiet Maryland bedroom where over 40 bullets were fired. The question isn't just who did it, but how a man could allegedly drive for 16 hours, commit an act of unimaginable violence, and then go back to his life as if nothing had happened. Before we unravel this, a huge thank you to the True Crime Unraveled community. We see every single comment on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Keep them coming. Now, let's get into the story. This is the story of Crimea Baker and Sean Lange, a mother and a soldier, shot to death in the one place they should have been safest. It's a case the sheriff called a crime of rage and anger. But what if the real story isn't just in the rage, but in the cold, methodical planning that preceded it? And what about the 4 silent witnesses hiding in that house, 3 of them his own children, who heard every single shot? This is an investigation that would cross state lines, involve the FBI, and force a community to ask a terrifying question. How well can you ever really know the person living next door? Newmarket, Maryland, is the kind of town people choose for a fresh start. It's quiet, it's safe. It's where 33-year-old Crimea Baker moved to build a new life after her divorce from David Turner. And by all accounts, she was building a beautiful one. Friends described her as a role model, a woman with a beautiful spark who was always dancing and laughing. She was a business owner, a devoted mother to her 4 children. And she had found a new partner in 34-year-old Sean Lange. Sean was a man of discipline and service. A former track star, a University of Kentucky athlete, a U.S. Army veteran, and an executive chef at the Pentagon with dreams of joining the Secret Service. He wasn't just Crimea's boyfriend. He was a father figure to her 3 oldest children and the biological father of her youngest, a 7-month-old baby. They were a blended family trying to do things right. But on the night of August 24th, that fresh start was shattered. Investigators say David Turner got in his car in Miami and began the 16-hour drive north to Maryland. He arrived in the early hours of August 25th, sometime after 1 a.m. They believe he entered the home on Mandalong Court through a back door. Crimea and Sean were asleep in their upstairs bedroom. What happened next was, in the words of Sheriff Chuck Jenkins, a crime that shocks the conscience. Over 40 rounds were fired at close range. The sound was captured on doorbell cameras throughout the serene neighborhood. But no one called the police, because the only other people who heard the gunfire were hiding inside the house. for children aged 13, 10, 9, and 7 months old. For 6 hours, they hid, terrified, waiting. It wasn't until 7 a.m. that one of them, a 10-year-old, finally felt safe enough to call 911. When deputies arrived, they found the scene. A heinous, targeted double murder. The children were physically unharmed, but their world, as the sheriff would later say, was upside down. The police had a crime scene, they had shell casings, and they had 4 traumatized children. What they didn't have was a clear suspect. But the ex-husband, the father of 3 of those children, was already on their radar. And when they contacted him in Miami, he had a story that, on the surface, seemed to check out. But it was a story built on a house of cards, and detectives were about to find the one piece of evidence that would make the whole thing come tumbling down. In the immediate aftermath, David Turner wasn't hiding. He was in Miami, living his life. When Frederick County detectives first contacted him, he gave them an alibi. He claimed he hadn't been in Maryland. He was just a father in Florida going about his business. For a moment, it might have seemed plausible, but detectives weren't buying it. The sheer brutality of the crime pointed to something deeply personal. This wasn't a random break-in. So, they began to piece together a digital paper trail. They pulled phone records, looking for pings that would place him in the area. They scoured toll booth cameras and gas station security footage along the I-95 corridor. And they found their break. Sheriff Jenkins would later state, "We were able to determine he was in Frederick County for a period of time around the murders. We locked him into a lie." His alibi was shot. The FBI got involved, and with their help, detectives executed search warrants on David Turner's apartment and his vehicle back in Florida. They found evidence. The sheriff was tight-lipped about what exactly, but it was enough. Enough to secure an arrest warrant for 2 counts of first-degree murder. The manhunt was on. But David Turner wasn't hard to find. He wasn't in hiding. He was on a beach. On September 28th, police located him on a Fort Lauderdale beach.
David, come here. David, come here. You're David, right? David? David? Yeah. Good, dude. Palm to palm like you're praying.
Oh, can we?
Well, we can't do. Stop. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
it's okay. Stop. No. 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 What's your name, man?
David.
Okay,
Turner.
David.
Come on, David.
We're gonna walk back over
Can you
here.
give her the keys?
Real quick. Hold on. Just relax, dude.
Please.
Charlie 40 on 1. We have 1 detained at 1750 South Ocean Boulevard. Can you please pull us a case number? Everything is 10. Okay. Just a second. You said you want to give the car to her.
Keys and my
Okay, we'll do that in a minute. Wait, just real quick. We gotta make sure the warrant's even good, my friend. In the meantime,
Again,
everything is 10. Where you staying at?
Everything's so far.
Largo Mar or something like that?
Okay. Is that where your car is at? Because we can't give you your keys and everything to her.
No, it's
Man,
not
can
my
you back
car.
up a little bit?
It's her car.
That's her car. Okay,
It's
no big
okay.
deal.
We're the police. You know how it is, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate cooperation, man.
Okay, I'm gonna take everything out. We'll talk about giving it to her in a minute. Let's get off the sand, man. Hot. Everything is crazy. So, hang on. Spread your feet, sir.
1750 South Ocean.
Spread your feet all the way. Thank you. Don't step on your toes. Charlie 40 off. Delta 24. Charlie 44. Tango 2. K975 on this call. I'm just so close. Hang on.
I'm sorry, you got a lot of weight in your microphone.
I'll take it.
Charlie 44 and Tango 2.
10-4. For now, Charlie 44 and myself are on the beach side, and I'll give you the other units to get off the sand.
1922.
Well, wait, y'all said y'all checking the warrant?
1922 South
Oh,
Ocean.
okay.
So far.
It's a valid one. What was the issue?
I'm not sure.
Hey, bring
it to the
Jeep like Points of America. You got a parked car here. Yeah,
The Points of America one's right here.
Yeah.
He said 1922 South Ocean. Like that. Was that the military shop there?
I'm a patrolman, man. Look at how I'm dressed.
No, I'm saying, like, how long is it? Because I just
Me personally?
contact like 2 years ago.
Me personally, like 5 minutes.
No, it's all police with them.
I don't know. I'm just a regular patrolman, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just work the beat, whistle,
Yeah, the
spin my
roundabout
nightstick.
on
You know how it is.
South Ocean Lane. It's a pink building. Address is 1922.
So I'm under arrest?
Yeah.
For what?
Well, you're being detained pending warrant confirmation, but the warrant's pretty much confirmed, my friend.
What is it for?
I'm not sure. I was sent here by my boss. I'm just a
Okay.
patrolman, dude. I really mean that.
Okay.
All right.
Bill 15 dispatch.
I'm correcting the address.
There's a E code.
You just bring them up the. We can bring them up the walkway.
That's fine.
Oh, they see us.
Any year that goes the gate code for 1922 South Ocean, I don't see anything on the header.
What do you do for biceps, bro?
Okay.
Nothing. You're just naturally jacked.
I mean, I worked out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Not anymore, yeah.
You play ball?
No.
No. Did you play ball when you were young?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Any year provided a gate code 1922 South Ocean.
Did y'all confirm the warrant yet?
We've been walking on the sand, dog.
I mean,
I gotta get you to
Call
my
it in
car
for
in the
it.
AC, and then I gotta
Okay.
call it in, all right?
well, I mean, I assume it is one of y'all sent out here looking for me, but
Yeah, man. I mean, look, we don't do nothing by accident. I mean, sometimes police do, but for the most part,
Yeah.
nothing's really by accident. You know what I'm saying?
no, because I was just saying, like, I had police contact like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so I'm like, why didn't you just arrest me then?
I don't know why. That was my answer.
Yeah, right, yeah. I was like, why didn't you just arrest me?
Maybe it's one in Fort Lauderdale to handle it. I don't know.
Uh,
Watch your step. Watch your step. I got you. Come on.
Receive a signal 83-5440 Northeast 22nd Terrace. Caller by Bill walks out with signal 0 gun in his hand, staring at the plane exit southbound on Federal Highway, like again like Bill with Von 6 foot. I hear like in a peaceful bag on
That's cool. All out of the color of the contract. Check that thing.
34 10 work. Yourself will tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. 13, is that really as hard as one call from earlier?
See how regular patrolman I am? I'm dealing with iguana calls, bro. I didn't even expect to be out here today.
34 at 627 Northeast 5th Ave. 67 Northeast 10th Ave. Girlfriend stabbing driver.
And that's a little more serious, I guess.
huh?
So she's got stabbed with a screwdriver. I guess that's a little more serious, but. Your car in the cage?
Yes. I know. Yeah.
We can go to the gray car, okay? Get you in the AC, relax for a minute, and we'll talk a little. Well, someone will talk to you, okay? Right back up.
Yeah. I just got it back in the garage.
It's not my car, so I'm gonna search it again real quick, okay? I know you're on the beach, man. I'm not naive. I ain't accusing you of nothing, but I don't know you. You don't know me, so ready for you real quick. I know, man, but like I said, it's not like I don't trust you per se. I don't trust anybody.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. We're kind of
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
The handcuffs good? They're a little tight.
Like on your shoulders,
No, they're a little tight on my wrist.
on your wrist. Give us 1 second. We'll figure that out, okay?
David didn't say much while in the back of the squad car. He still appeared confused on why he's being arrested.
I don't understand why this thing. Wow.
Make no damn sense.
I mean, he said y'all still confirming the warrant, right?
What happened?
He said he's still confirming the warrant. Like, I want to know if I actually have a warrant so you can arrest me or not.
You ain't know you had a warrant?
No, he said he's still confirming it.
Oh, yeah, man. I just came a little after, but they'll explain it to you what's going on in a minute.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know what the problem is.
Eventually, officers informed him that warrant was for suspicion of murder, so no chance he was free to leave, and officers brought him to the Broward County Jail.
I thought you were messing with me, but when you said buckle you up, why not? Man, human beings is human beings, dog. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
I ain't a judge, I ain't a jury, I'm an executioner. I'm just a delivery man.
This way.
This way. You know what I'm saying? I know. If more of us acted that way, maybe you do better. I don't know.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? Hey. I know you know. Yellow steps over there, yellow footprints over there. You can see them right there. Come around this way, though. Around that way. I got your paper. I'm gonna write the number down on your stuff, right? You right here, man. Hey, David. Bring it up. Just did administrative search on camera. You get you more comfortable. Turn your faces. And then back together. Alright, then you hand on the other hand and I'm going to put the $40. Yeah, it's right here. Hello. What's up, buddy? Good?
Yeah, man.
The main thing you want is your mom's number, right? Main thing is mom's number?
Yeah.
He was with a woman who stayed eerily silent throughout the entire arrest. He was calm, compliant, even making small talk with the officers. He asked them why they hadn't arrested him days earlier when he'd had previous police contact. It was as if he couldn't understand what all the fuss was about. But as he was placed in the back of the squad car, one question must have been burning in his mind. How did they know? The answer lay not in a confession, but in a 16-hour drive he thought no one would ever trace. So what was the motive? What could drive a man to allegedly undertake a 32-hour round trip to commit such a horrific act? The court documents point to a history of conflict. David and Crimea had divorced back in 2017. It was not an amicable split. There was a custody fight over their 3 children, and David was ordered to pay child support. Around that time, Crimea had even set up a GoFundMe, describing herself as a survivor of a harmful relationship who needed help reaching safety. She got that safety, she moved to Maryland, and she built a new life. But for David, that may have been the ultimate insult. Laura Lange, Sean's mother, summed up the family's confusion and horror when she spoke to reporters. What was his motive? I have no idea. But clearly he's a terrible person. He drove all the way from Miami to Maryland, so he had plenty of time to think about it. She then pointed to the most devastating part of it all. He left his own 3 children in the house to find their mother. In the end, 7 children lost a parent that night. Crimea's 4 and Sean's 3 children from his previous marriage. Sean, the man who had overcome so much and built a life of service, was laid to rest in a veterans cemetery with full military honors. Crimea, the vibrant mother whose spark touched everyone, was gone. Their families were left to pick up the pieces, while David Turner was extradited to Maryland to face justice. With Turner in custody, the legal machinery began to grind. He was held without bond. But as the trial was set and then postponed, moving to a date in 2026, the families were left with a painful waiting game. The children, now living with relatives, are trying to heal from a trauma most of us can't even imagine. The legal system will decide David Turner's fate, but it can never answer the one question that haunts everyone involved. Was 40 bullets really about rage? Or was it about something far colder and far more calculated? On the surface, this seems like an open and shut case. A jilted ex-husband, a gruesome crime, an arrest. But when you look closer, the questions start to pile up. How does someone fire over 40 rounds, which would almost certainly require multiple magazines, and not have a single one of the 4 children see or hear him? How does he then calmly get back in his car and drive 16 hours home? The sheriff called it a crime of rage, but those actions seem to suggest a chilling level of control. And what about the weapon? It was never found. Did he dispose of it on that long drive back to Florida? Is it sitting at the bottom of a river off I-95? Without it, a key piece of the puzzle is permanently missing. The children are the true victims here, caught in a crossfire of adult conflict. They lost their mother, and their father is the man accused of taking her from them. The psychological toll of that is immeasurable. Their entire concept of safety, of family, of trust, was destroyed in one night. This case is a stark reminder that the end of a relationship isn't always the end of the danger. It's a story about how silence can be more terrifying than sound. The silence of a neighborhood that heard the shots but didn't call, the silence of children hiding in the dark, and the silent, methodical planning that can hide behind a label like crime of passion. David Philip Turner awaits trial, currently scheduled for 2026. He has pleaded not guilty to the charges against him. The legal process will run its course, and a jury will ultimately decide his fate. For the families of Crimea Baker and Sean Lange, that trial represents a hope for accountability, but not for closure. There is no closure for a loss like this. Crimea and Sean are more than just victims. They were a mother who loved to dance, a father who served his country, and 2 people who found happiness in a second chance. Their story was cut short by an act of violence that echoes far beyond that bedroom in Maryland. It echoes in the lives of 7 children who have to grow up without them, and in a community that learned that sometimes the greatest threats don't come from strangers, but from a past that refuses to let go. This case leaves us with so many difficult questions. What do you think? Was this a spontaneous act of rage, or was it a premeditated mission? And how does a father justify putting his own children through that kind of terror? We read every single comment on True Crime Unraveled and True Crime Unraveled TV, so please share your thoughts and theories below. Your engagement is what makes this community so strong. To make sure you don't miss our next investigation into the world's most compelling true crime stories, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We are just getting started. Thank you for watching. Remember to hug your loved ones, and we'll see you in the next video.
Two heinous crimes now. A family in Maryland is grieving. A U.S. Army soldier from Fort Lauderdale and his girlfriend both were allegedly murdered by a man sitting in a Broward County jail.
It's sad and utterly senseless, and it's a story you'll see only on NBC6. Ari Adzer spoke to the soldier's mom and joins us now from the Broward County Jail. Ari?
Well, Jackie and Juwan, Sean Lange was 34 years old. Back in the day, he was a standout at Northeast High School with tons of friends still in this area. So when he was murdered in August up near Washington, D.C., it sent shockwaves all the way here to South Florida. Fort Lauderdale police arrested his accused killer on the beach. He's behind bars now, waiting to be extradited to Maryland. A smile that lit up every room. That's how his devastated friends and family remember Sean Lange, a life cut short by murder.
This is just completely shocking to the system, and it's very hard to deal with.
Police say David Philip Turner drove from South Florida up to Maryland to murder his ex-wife, Crimea Baker, and her boyfriend, Sean Lange. They were shot dozens of times, with Baker's 3 kids that she had with Turner cowering inside the house, along with Lange's toddler. Laura Lange is Sean's mom.
What was his motive?
I have no idea. I've never heard of him before. I don't know. But clearly he's a terrible person. He drove all the way from Miami to Maryland, so he had plenty of time to think about it. He did this terrible crime, and he left his own 3 children in the house to find their mother. So that's pretty horrific. I would say he's ruined a lot of lives and also his own.
Sean was a track star at Northeast High in Fort Lauderdale and ran track for the University of Kentucky. Then he joined the Army and became an executive chef at the Pentagon with plans to join the Secret Service. Laura Lange said her son overcame a lot of challenges.
We adopted Sean from Children's Home Society in Fort Lauderdale when he was 5 years old. He had a lot to give, and he was very positive and upbeat, very bright personality. And so to lose all of that when he had overcome so much is just devastating.
The family has set up a GoFundMe page to support Sean's kids. He was buried in Broward County's Veterans Cemetery with full military honors. Sean had 3 kids from his first marriage, 4 kids total, and Laura Lange says her grandchildren are having a really difficult time coping with the fact that their father is just not there anymore. And she says when the trial starts, eventually, she and the family will be there every day to support their son. We're live at the jail. Ari Odzer, NBC6 News.